It gives me great pleasure to read the citation of Prof. Leslie Gordon Underhill, the recipient of the Gill Memorial Medal for 2016. This is of particular relevance with the Animal Demography Unit, previously the Avian Demography Unit, or ADU, as most of you know it, celebrated its 25th birthday recently. As highlighted by those who nominated him for the award, all themselves exceptional ornithologists, the great strength of Les's activity in ornithology in our region has been not merely the establishment and management of large long-term databases on bird distribution and populations, but the involvement of many members of the birding community in a way that gives their regular activities a clear purpose as what have come to be called citizen scientists. He has also provided many postgraduate students with opportunities to develop their careers. Meanwhile, he has used his special expertise in statistics to develop ways of analyzing the data collected, which enable predictions about future trends in bird populations, which will be most valuable for bird conservation, especially with global environmental change and continued anthropogenic effects. Les was born in Cape Town in November 1946 and trained in mathematical statistics at the University of Cape Town, where he did his BSc, honours and MSc, all which he obtained with distinction. His father, George Underhill, was one of the most committed bird ringers in the region, and Les has been involved in wader ringing in particular over many years. He was a founder member of the Western Cape Wader Study Group. This led to an invitation to join Russian colleagues in the field in 1991 on the Tamir Peninsula breeding ground for many of the Palearctic waders that migrate to South Africa each year. Les has commented that this visit stimulated him to collect his own data for analysis using the statistical techniques which he had mastered. He has contributed both as an active ringer himself and in his role as manager of the SAFRING program, while stimulating the analysis of the data collected. Both George and Les were mentors to numerous people, many of whom started as novice ringers and continued to contribute greatly to ornithology and conservation. During 1971, Les was appointed as a lecturer in mathematical statistics at UCT after obtaining his PhD in 1973. He was promoted to senior lecturer in 1977 and associate professor in 1982. After 20 years of teaching statistics, in 1992, he became professor and director of the ADU at UCT. He held this position until compulsory retirement as an academic in December 2011. However, with a contract as a senior scholar of the university, he is able to continue active research and the management of the ADU. While the production of the first bird atlas for Southern Africa is the best known achievement of the unit, it has also been involved with frog, reptile, butterfly, protea, and mammal atlases, throughout with a strong emphasis on conservation. The formation of the ADU in 1991 led to immediate collaboration with the former Southern African Ornithological Society, which soon became BirdLife South Africa. SABAP 1, the first bird atlas project for the whole of Southern Africa region, was successfully completed, and SABAP 2 is now in progress. Car, Quack, BURP, are other monitoring projects which have involved many observers. The techniques have been modified and expanded to record the distribution of the various taxa collected. Mobilizing a large body of interested observers, the citizen scientists I spoke about, to record information systematically has had a huge impact on both interest in birds and other animal groups in this country, and on conservation not only in South Africa, but elsewhere in Africa. Everyone out collecting data for these projects is likely to encounter other members of the public and can serve as an ambassador for the protection of our biodiversity. The databases of ADU now contain more than 8 million records, which is valuable to inform biodiversity policy and environmental management. According to a recent estimate, this database, generated by a relatively small group here in South Africa, represents 1/25 of the global biodiversity data on record. There are over 100 bird-related publications with Les as author or co-author, and at least 10 of these have been cited more than 100 times in the scientific literature. This is perhaps the best guide to the impact of research in the field that he has had, and it is also indicative of his international reputation as a scientist. In his scientific research, he has collaborated with ornithologists from more than a dozen different countries and has been instrumental in bringing distinguished scientists to South Africa. He has supervised numerous PhD and MEC students. Many of these now have successful careers as scientists. By his own assessment, most of these students, especially since 1998, have combined biology and statistics in their research in varying proportions. Where are they today? Some examples: 2 are lecturing in statistics, 2 hold senior positions in oceans and coasts, the Department of Environmental Affairs. 1 is with WWF South Africa, another is a regional ecologist with Cape Nature. In addition, 2 PhD projects, 1 on pelicans and another on seals as predators of breeding birds, resulted in practical solutions which have been implemented at the nesting colonies. Thus, these research projects have provided both employment and opportunities to contribute to conservation in South Africa. In 1993, Les organized the Symposium on Migration, Dispersal, Nomadism for the South African Ornithological Society. This meeting attracted participants from 14 different countries. He has served on the Pan-African Ornithological Congress Committee, PAOC, which is responsible for organizing these meetings, and chaired the local organizing committee for the 12th PAC held in South Africa in 2008. He has also chaired the Scientific and Program Committee for the Waterbirds Around the World Conference, held in Edinburgh, Scotland in 2004, and with a Dutch colleague coordinated an oyster workshop in France in 2006. Les was invited to give one of the plenary lectures at the 22nd International Ornithological Congress in South Africa in 1998, and was vice president of the 25th International Ornithological Congress in Brazil in 2010. This again illustrates his international recognition at a level which brings credit to ornithology in South Africa and the African continent. Les has served on the Council of the South African Ornithological Society and BirdLife South Africa, and is a past president of BirdLife South Africa. He has spoken to many bird clubs and other groups to promote an interest in birds and their conservation. He's received numerous awards for his scientific achievements, including the Herschel Gold Medal of the Royal Society of South Africa in 1999, Sandcor Marine and Coastal Communicator of the Year Award 2001, the Sandcor Gilchrist Memorial Medal 2002, Fellowship of the University of Cape Town 2002, Fellow of the Royal Society of South Africa 2003, President's Special Award, Wildlife and Environment Society of South Africa 2004, Honorary Fellow of the American Ornithological Union 2006, the Oppenheimer Memorial Fellowship in 2012, and the Individual Award of the Wildlife Environment Society of South Africa, WESA, in 2014. In conclusion then, for his remarkable and lifetime commitment to ornithology in our region, Prof. Les Underhill is a worthy recipient of the Gill Memorial Medal. Thank you.